Welcome to Nosler's Magnum TV. I remember my first safari hunting leopards, 29 days, and I didn't get one. I remember my second safari, 24 days, and still didn't get one. It wasn't until day 19 of my third safari that I finally took a leopard. Call it a hunting nemesis of sorts, and I'm not alone. The Magnum Hunt Club's Tim Herald has had similar issues hunting leopards on about the same number of safaris. It's never quite come together for him. On today's show, he'll be giving it one more shot, hopefully literally speaking. He'll be hunting leopards in the famed Niassa Reserve of Mozambique.
No doubt going to Mozambique is a long journey, and it takes a lot of travel, different modes, methods, staying at different places. And generally what we do is get flights straight over to Johannesburg, stay the night at African Sky Guest House. They always take a real good care of us. Get up from there, fly into Pemba, Mozambique. It's the real deal. It's not the city anymore. I mean, it's a little fishing village on the coast. It's great to be able to go somewhere like Mozambique that's remote, get out, see how people live there, experience a little bit of that culture, drive down the road and see folks in their day-to-day life doing things that we don't do at home. That's what makes travel a rich part of life, is being able to go and experience different things and get out of the box just a little bit. Kambako has got an incredible beach house right on the Indian Ocean, swimming pool, eating crayfish and marlin. The place is just phenomenal, and what a way to either start or end a safari.
We would like to refer to this as a bush to beach experience, whereby we can offer clients both the seaside and the extreme pristine wilderness. Nowadays, with most clients looking at bringing families, we can offer both.
As we get closer to the safari area, the planes definitely get smaller. We start out on a jumbo jet coming across, and then a regional jet to get to Pemba, and now we're jumping on a charter flight to go into camp. A couple hundred miles inland. You know, all this long travel starts wearing on you, but it all goes away as soon as you touch down on that airstrip and the concession. Jumbo Moore is just one of those guys that everybody that hunts Africa has heard of or met, but he's got the experience and the know-how behind that. He's been a PH for a long time, run a lot of great outfits over here, and Kambako is no different. He brought his knowledge, he put it to work, and he's put together one of the best camps in Africa. 8 hours from the closest town, and they have got everything here. I mean, an infinity swimming pool and a walk-in cooler, and it's just incredible, absolutely incredible. And we get to start hunting in the morning. When I put this hunt together for myself, I had it slated as a leopard, buffalo, sable hunt. And to most guys, that means go hunt buffalo first. To me, this hunt was all about shooting a leopard.
Since 2005, when we started, we have only shot males. We've never shot a female. We've shot them all in daylight. And they're all good, mature cats.
A leopard is a very unpredictable animal to hunt. You know, the trail camera gives you different patterns that the cat might develop over 2 or 3 days. It'll give you an idea of size, gives you a means to identify the leopard.
I knew I was at the right place, but I've got the leopard curse. So I don't ever feel confident when I go to hunt a cat. I told Stu when he picked me up at the airstrip, I jumped in the truck and I said, well, what'd you do to get the short straw? And you got to guide me for a leopard because your whole world's about to change for the worse. That's what I'm used to. If it can happen and go wrong with a leopard and me, that's what's going to happen.
Nosler's Magnum TV is brought to you by Nosler, up front, and by Nikon, the Magnum Hunt Club, Gobble and Grunt Outfitters, Dunham's High Caliber Ranch, and Thompson Center Arms, America's master gunmaker. This portion of Nosler's Magnum TV is brought to you by Brownells.
All right, folks, you ready to get on the spotted roller coaster with me? We're hunting leopards. It's always an adventure when I've got anything to do with it. But we picked up the trail camera. He was in here the first 2 full hours of daylight this morning, and as you can see, it's really open around here. So our problem is we don't have a walk-up approach in the morning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this bait down and we're gonna put it in a place that we feel like we can do a walk-up in the morning and see if we can catch him in daylight. If that doesn't work, then we'll go to plan B. And if it goes with my normal leopard luck, it probably isn't gonna work in the morning, but we're sure gonna try. And so I'm feeling really good about this one. Well, Stuart, the blind's built. There's lots of fresh meat.
Yeah.
I don't guess we can do a whole lot more, can we?
No, it's up to the leopard now, eh?
Just wait and
see.
slip in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sleep much tonight. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, eh? It's all up to him now.
Yep.
There's nothing more we can do.
I'm solid as a rock right here and got a good sight picture, so
Okay.
we got her all taken care of. And
100%.
all right, I know the toilet paper down there is to keep the vultures off. What's the toilet paper up here for?
Just to mark our road so we can see our way in
See
the
in the
morning.
dark.
Because it's
Okay.
going to be in the dark. There's
Okay.
a couple of poles, a couple of branches that are across the
Oh, okay.
our path, which we'll have to mark.
I'll follow you.
All right.
So, you know, that night, I mean, I want to be hopeful and I want to be all excited about it, but with my past, I just can't let myself think that it's all going to come together. We got in the dark, got to the blind just where you could barely see with your binos, and we look out there and look at each other, and Stu said, he's not here. My heart sank and I thought, yep, that's what I expected. And we decided that we would stay an hour or so and see if the cat came in as it got light. And 15 minutes after daylight, I looked out a little bit to the right. I had a view that the other guys couldn't see, and boom. Stu, I see him on the right, walking in.
Okay. Just stay still.
Okay.
Just wait till he gets onto the meat.
He's coming right at the bait.
Okay. When you see him on the meat, tell me.
He's standing right under it.
Okay.
Okay.
Go move up onto your gun slowly.
He's starting to feed.
Okay, Tim, whenever you're ready, I'll take it.
Reload, hit him again. Quickly.
Wait. Where is he?
Well, he didn't go straight down, but...
No.
But then my heart kind of missed a beat because he ran off, and I tell you, I felt good enough about the shot. I expected him to drop in his tracks, but he jumped up, he attacked the bait, and he ran off growling. The only reprieve I had was I could see a big spot of blood on the offside just behind the shoulder. So I felt really good that I'd made a long shot. But anytime you see a big cat like that run and he ran into a thicket of jungle, when you have to go into that stuff and try to find a possibly wounded leopard, it's not child's play anymore. That's when people get hurt and that's when it gets serious.
There's no words that can describe how fast a leopard moves. It's going green overalls, yellow spots, green overalls, yellow spots. And the tracker, he's screaming his head off. The leopard's growling, going mad.
This portion of Nosler's Magnum TV is brought to you by Blackhorn 209.
You know, I think any PH who's been hunting for long enough, hunting big game, is going to have a couple of stories to tell when things go wrong. Yeah, I had a situation, we were following a wounded tom leopard. He was never more than, I would say, 20 yards from us. He just kept one step ahead of us. We could hear him, we could smell him. The whole thing about following cats at night is that you see their eyes before you're close enough to have an encounter. 6 a.m., we're on the tracks. 6:30, we got our first encounter with him. We could see that he was setting us up for an ambush. The tracker had made eye contact with him. He was coming. He came from about, we paced it out at 22 yards. What Innocent did was, as the leopard came up at him, he fired a shot and then brought his left elbow around and covered his face. And the leopard latched onto him here. They fell over and they're rolling around and I'm following them. It's going green overalls, yellow spots, green overalls, yellow spots. And the tracker, he's screaming his head off. The leopard's growling, going mad. So I ran up to the leopard with a semi-automatic shotgun, 12 gauge, rammed the barrel of the shotgun into the leopard's shoulder and pulled the trigger. The old saying that it's the dead ones that kill you. And I put the barrel out on the cat's neck with my right arm extended, and I pulled the trigger. At the same time as I pulled the trigger, the leopard launched himself on top of me. There's no words that can describe how fast a leopard moves. So now I've got teeth 2 inches from my nose, and he's snarling and growling and spitting at me. I'm ramming the shotgun into his belly and pulling the trigger and realizing that there's nothing happening here. I managed to roll over and get the .44 out from the holster, pushing my hand into his mouth to keep him away from my face. And he's pushing in because he's trying to get to my face. He doesn't want my hand, he wants my face. And I shot him. The bullet ended up going into the one eye, you know, coming out the other side. And the leopard just kind of lay back like that. Then the chaos starts again now, because now you've got wounded people. It's quite incredible what an experience like that does to you. I don't recommend it to anybody. In many ways, it's a good thing. It makes you wake up. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, when I saw the relief on Stu's face and he told me that the cat was there and it was dead, it's probably the highlight of my hunting career. We've just tried so hard over the years to have it all come together right. It was something that will be burned in my memory forever. Thank you. Thank you.
That is a beautiful cat. Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you, all you guys. I mean, y'all have no idea what you've done. You've broken the worst curse in the world, man. It just all worked exactly like it was supposed to. That's a testament. I mean, you can see good double lung shot, and he still went a couple hundred yards. I mean, these are tough animals, and just a beautiful, big, mature male leopard. my trip is definitely complete if I don't see another animal. And it's only day 2.
Yeah, that's the point.
Nosler's Magnum TV is brought to you by the Caldwell Lead Sled. No recoil, no flinch, no excuses. Urge Media, helping outdoor manufacturers maximize their brand exposure. Wheeler Engineering, fine gunsmithing supplies. And by the new 2012 Bear Archery Anarchy, Rise Up.
One of my favorite things that I get to do for the Magnum Hunt Club is plan these hosted hunts. I really enjoy it, everything from getting the guys hooked up and signed up and figuring out what they want to hunt to helping with the airline reservations and where we're going to stay in between. But once we get on site at a place, I really get a kick out of it. When the guys are coming in and they've had success and they see firsthand what I've been telling them for 6 months or a year was going to happen on their trip, it's fulfilling for me that I got to help make their dreams come true. And hey, let's face it, it's not all bad because I'm out there hunting with them.
Got to meet Tim Herald and come along with him on this trip, and great host. And if you're looking for a hosted hunt, you won't find it any better than this.
We put a camp in which is second to none in Mozambique. I can firmly say that we can offer any type of client the luxuries that they will expect in any 4-star camp throughout Southern Africa.
When Jim went over to the other camp to hunt leopard, his PH, Ryan Cliff, told us that he's run a video camera a little bit and felt comfortable doing it. So we sent the other camera over and told Ryan to set it up in the blind and see if he couldn't get Jim on film taking his cat.
I think big game hunting is in a league of its own. Once you take on a big game hunt and you're out there, you know, you're baiting leopard, you can see what that leopard does to a bait that you're hanging up there, how he tears that thing up. And you've got to go in there after them, you know, and you know what they can do, and they know what we can do. So it's kind of a playoff. It's like a mutual respect. And I think that's a big draw card, you know, it gets your heart beating. Yeah.
It's so important to hit this leopard accurately because it is a very dangerous game, and it's not something to be taken lightly. Make a good shot.
You see where his elbow is? Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, take it.
Nice. Nice shot. Thank you. Yeah. I think he's down.
I have to give recognition to Tim Herald with Magnum Hunt Club and Kambako Safaris, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be here today experiencing this kind of hunt in Africa. And it's world-class accommodations, and the people are just first class, and it just can't get any better than this in Africa.
You know, how is that right? A man comes to Africa for the first time. I've been 6 trips in 5 years, to see leopards for maybe 10 seconds. Jimmy just rolls in and acts like it's no big deal. I guess that's how it's done, but I'd never figured that out. I'm a slow learner.
It was great to be there with Tim when he finally broke his leopard jinx after years of trials and tribulations. It just goes to show that when you're hunting, hard work and perseverance will always pay off in the end. And by the way, that Magnum Hunt Club hosted hunt was a huge success, and Tim plans to do another one in the near future. You might want to give him a call. I'll see you next week on Nosler's Magnum TV.